Hey, 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 happy Halloween. It's Dr. Lisa of the Digital Marketing Doctor coming to you from a cloudy, dreary Minnesota evening. I don't have the camera on me tonight because I'm actually in stealth mode because I did not buy any Halloween candy and I don't want to have any lights on so trick-or-treaters come because I would sure hate to open the door and say, sorry, I don't have any candies. So that's kind of bad on my part, but I live in an area where we don't get a whole lot of trick-or-treaters, but sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, and this time I was just too lazy to go get some uh, Halloween candy. But anyway, tonight I wanted to talk with you guys about the $10,000 a month lifestyle. And I was kind of alluding to that in our last hangout, where we were really kind of talking about people having this $1 million myth that you have to make $1 million in order to be free. And for a lot of people, you just need to turn and have a different perspective as to how much you don't need that $1 million to give you that sense of freedom. And what I'm going to show you right now is that for people, you can get the $10,000 a month lifestyle can give you a lot more than you realize. And it is my hope during this Google Hangout that we get you focusing on freedom and not the dollar amount. Okay, focusing on what are the things that matter the most to you and your why. That's the thing we've been driving home all week. So let's get right to it with the $10,000 a month lifestyle. If you were having $10,000 a month coming in month after month, here's an example of what you can all get. Did you know, let me come here. I'm just going to go right to my Hangout here. My Hangout's not working too well. Okay, here we are. Did you know that with a $10,000 a month lifestyle, you could lease this Mercedes S-Class hybrid that gets 29 miles to the gallon and has a beast of an engine for $1,200 a month? Now, if Mercedes doesn't fit your bill, you could get any other type of car you want. Or if you're someone who has a family, you've got some kids around college age or high school age, that are driving, you could get these three other cars at around $400 a month. And right now there are a lot of cars you can get a good $400 a month lease on. I know for one where you could get a loaded Nissan Altima 2013 with leather seats and navigation and XM radio, and you could lease that for a 3 or 4 year lease for around $400 a month. So you could get your family some really nice mid-sized cars if you wish. You could also, with a $10,000 a month lifestyle, you could be driving a luxury, you could be living in a luxury home and for around $3,000 a month. I mean, right now you could get, there are a lot of homes out there, you could get, a $350,000, maybe even a $500,000 home and pay a $3,000 a month mortgage on it. You could pick one of the best homes in your area and easily live and pay $3,000 a month for a mortgage. You can also, in addition to having a luxury car or multiple cars for your family, you could have a nice house. You could also start putting into a retirement fund $2,000 a month in savings. Now think about this. If you save $2,000 a month, that amounts to $24,000 a year, and in 5 years you put away $100,000. Now think about this with your current job. Do you think you could put away $2,000 a month in your 401k right now? Something to think about, guys. Now, in addition, you could take that $1,000 a month and pay off miscellaneous bills, such as your cell phone, credit cards, without having the stress of late fees or past due notices. You know, there's a lot of freedom and peace of mind when you realize that you can pay your bills on time. And there's no greater feeling in the world when you wake up in the morning and you know all your bills are paid and you've got cash left over in the bank. With a $10,000 a month lifestyle, you can also take your family on, you know, multiple vacations during the year. You know, you could go to, you know, maybe in the wintertime, you would go to a resort in the Caribbean or a Hawaiian vacation, or you could go in the wintertime, go skiing in Aspen or some of the major ski resorts in Canada, or go to the Swiss Alps. Either way, you will be able to have that ability to take your family on a vacation. If vacation's not your bill, you could take shopping sprees, or, you know, go on mini vacations around your state for something fun to do with your family. I know that in Minnesota, we're the land of 10,000 lakes, and there are so many things to see and do, especially in the summer in Minnesota. So that to me gets me excited, knowing that my husband and I could take, you know, trips around the state and just go to different cabins and get in our boat and go on the lake and fish. Now, another thing that the $10,000 a month lifestyle can give you is you could do fine dining. You know, you could go on a Friday night. You could take your spouse or your whole family out for a $250 feast. You know, even if it's just for two people, you could get a chef's table at $100 a plate at your top restaurant in town. Or if you're not into fine dining, you can take that $1,000 a month and donate it to a food shelf or your church or some other charitable giving. There are many people out there that are struggling. And, you know, in this economy, and donating money to a charitable organization will definitely help a lot of families out there. Now, this is probably one of the biggest things you can do with your $10,000 a month lifestyle, and that is you can invest in yourself, your business, or other assets. Investing in yourself means taking education courses or attending seminars to build your business. If you invested $1,000 per month into your business, it'll multiply many times over. I can tell you how many times I have heard of people who say they want to go to events with their primary internet marketing company or primary network marketing company, but it costs too much to get on a plane and get the ticket and get the hotel room. And so just think, if you could make enough money, you know, and with the $10,000 a month lifestyle, you don't have to worry about that. So when there's a big event that you need to go to, you go to it and you're not even thinking about it. You got it all paid for. And in some cases, if you're doing the right things, you might even win a paid company paid travel expenses and, you know, room and board paid to go to an event. So that's something to think about. Now, I want to progress and move on and segue to focus on how to move your business in the direction to making $100,000 a year. While this is the benchmark that we're setting as a general standard, you know, you'll have your own number when we go through an exercise shortly, what your freedom number is. But I want to just show you that your $100,000 a year or the $10,000 a month lifestyle is just simply a matter of scale. So if we break down the $100,000 a year, that amounts to $8,333 a month, which breaks down to $2,083 per week, which equates to $300 per day. And $300 per day is achieved by creating 4 income streams that are making $75 a day. Are you getting excited when you see that? See, if you can do $75 a day, you can realistically make $100,000 a year. I bet you never thought of that. Some shift in perspective is sometimes all that we need. You know, nobody thought they could break the 4-minute mile, and then a guy named Roger Bannister came along and ran a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Then a year and a few months after he did it, 17 people broke the 4-minute mile. And it took the action of only one person to change the perception of what's possible. So a lot of times we think that that $100,000 a year just seems so unrealistic. But if you break it down, you could say, you know what? I could do $75 a day. That's real. That's real to me. You could make $75 a day at your regular job, but here's the difference. It's how you leverage that $75 a day and multiply that by 4 times that you've achieved $100,000 a year living the lifestyle we just talked about. Now, what I'm going to be teaching you as we go through these Hangouts is kind of give you the guideposts and steps to getting to your first $75 day. Okay? Everything you need to get to this objective will be, you know, I'm going to do my absolute best to give you those tools to help you do that. Now, here's the thing. If you take action and follow through, you will be able to get to your first $75 day and scale that to whatever income you've decided for yourself. So, with that said, okay, you should be aware that not everybody's going to have the same daily income goal. We're all going to have a different daily freedom number. Okay? If $100,000 a year is your goal, then 4 revenue streams will be able to help you achieve that. But the power in making this completely realistic for you comes down to breaking it down even further and associating your goal with what you have going on right now in your life. By doing this, you're going to slowly start to transition from where you are right now, what your goals are right now, what your expenses are right now, and how that translates to your business. Okay? And right now, I am going to take you through an exercise that is going to help you come up with that daily freedom number. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and get out your notebook. And like I said earlier that in the previous Hangouts, you need to have a notebook to start taking down your insights, taking down, writing down your goals. And you're going to be using this notebook too as we start developing what your customer's about and how you're going to craft your how you're going to be crafting your marketing plan. Believe me, this notebook is going to be invaluable to you. So get that notebook and some pen and paper. Don't wait and do this until after the video, okay? You're not going to get the most benefit if you're going to get the most benefit if you take action and do this right now. So quick run, grab your pen and paper, all right, or your notebook, and come right back. Do you all have it? Okay, awesome. Excuse me for a moment. I need to take a quick drink. And so what I want you to do is draw a line down the middle of the paper. On the left-hand column, you're going to write at the top, cost of living. On the right-hand column, you're going to write at the top, lifestyle costs. Now, let's start with your cost of living column. Here you're going to write under the cost of living all the recurring monthly expenses. Write down everything you can think of. It doesn't matter if it's monthly or yearly, write it down. This includes your mortgage, your car payments, utilities bill, internet bill, cable bill, credit cards, car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, grocery bill, gasoline for the car, student loans, telephone, cell phone, taxes, etc. All right? Everything that you have that's a monthly, that's an expense. Then you're going to go to next to each item and you're going to write down the daily cost for each. So take each amount and divide by 30. Now, if you have yearly costs involved, it would be, you would divide that by $365. So, as an example, let's say your mortgage was $100 a month, it would cost you $33.33 per day. Now, I want you to, since we're on a live hangout, I don't want to, give you too much dead space here, but when we're done, just write down, just start brainstorming. You could probably write down right now as I'm talking to you all the different bills that you have popping up in your head. Then you can go back when you're done with this, when we're done with the hangout, and then just write in what the daily costs are. Okay? So, if you have that completed, now we're going to do what's your lifestyle costs. Now, we're going to do the same thing with our lifestyle costs, but what your lifestyle costs are, these are the things you want to do, not things you have to do. So examples of lifestyle costs are going golfing every weekend, shopping trips, season tickets to your favorite sports team, a yearly trip somewhere, anything you want to do. Now, these are things that you would do on a regular basis that you would choose to do. So you're going to want to estimate how much it would cost, or if you do know the exact amount, and then get the daily cost. Okay? So you're going to want to do that as well. So as I'm talking to you right now, just start brainstorming everything you would pretty much want to do or have if money were no object. Something you would want to spend your time and focus on. Now, once you have that step, and you have figured out what the daily cost is, and I'm just going to show you a sheet here. Let's take a look, and I just kind of did an example here of what it looks like when it's completed. Now, you should see on your screen the living costs, okay, the must pays, and the lifestyle costs, the want to pays. Now, and as you can see, the daily total for the must pays as it came out was $111.66. And the want to pays come out to $76. Now, if you add both columns up, you're going to get a total of $187.66 per day. Now, not everybody's going to earn the same amount of money, and everyone's going to have different living costs and lifestyle costs. Okay? You don't need $1 million overnight for your freedom. Now, does this mean that I don't want you to shoot for $1 million? Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. There will be a time and a place to earn $1 million, but let's concentrate on being free first. Then we'll work on $1 million. See, folks, if you can wind up making $10,000 a month, or even just getting the 4 income streams at $75 a day, you could, that could be enough to declare your financial freedom, and you can be working from home and not having to work for anybody else. All right? So really get that out of your head that you don't need $1 million overnight. Don't buy into the hype of the gurus. You just need enough income streams to hit your daily freedom number. So, what is your daily freedom number? Your daily freedom number is simply the sum of your living costs and lifestyle costs. All right? This is the number you focus on, not the $1 million overnight, not trying to win the Mega Millions or the Powerball. Okay? It is a realistic number that will take care of every issue in your life, plus the extras. And that will let you live very comfortably. And that's what you're going to go for initially. Okay? So, we're kind of wrapping up here, the end of our hangout, but I want to give you Doc's prescription. So what I want you to do is immediately, once we're done here with this hangout, to come up with your daily freedom number, exactly as I showed you how to do it. Now, once you have that in place, I want you to remember that freedom number. Okay? I want you to put that freedom number in your notebook. You can write that freedom number. I recommend just putting it. My mentor told me with her notebooks that she has, she puts that number down in front of her notebook on the cover, so that when she sees it, she knows what she's gunning for. I want you to do that too. You can also put it where you can see it every day. You might want to put it as a screensaver on your computer. You may want to put it on the mirror in your bathroom or on your refrigerator, okay? You want to have it where you can see it, okay? You want to keep your mind on what you're looking for. So the next time you get that, shiny object email, or that you feel like you're coming down with a relapse trying to get shiny object syndrome, you can look at that number and you're going to find that you really don't need to go after that shiny object. Okay? You're not going to be tempted. So what I want you to do also today is, write down what are some of the things you really would want with a $10,000 a month lifestyle. Kind of like the things we talked about at the beginning. What type of car would you want? What type of house? Where would you want to do with that money? Make it real to you and a part of your why. And if you feel and you have the courage to put it out there and make a commitment, share that with everybody. All right? Yeah, you can put it here in below on the comments section, saying, this is my daily freedom number. This is what I am working toward. There is something that happens to you when you make that type of declaration. It sets things in motion for you to take action, okay? The key, folks, is to make sure that number is absolutely real to you. Now, again, if you haven't signed up to be on my mailing list, please do so, because tomorrow is Friendly Friday Freebie Day. And and as soon as we're done with this hangout, I'm going to be going through my Rolodex, and I'm going to find something that I'm going to share with you guys tomorrow that I think you're going to really be excited about. So if you want that freebie, I'm not going to tell you tonight what it is. So you're going to need to sign up and get on that list, and then I'm so excited to be sharing this cool tool with you tomorrow. So. And again, please leave comments and feedback for me, what you thought of this Hangout, what you've been thinking of the Hangouts. Is there anything else you would want me to talk about that will help you build a healthy, profitable online business? So have a great and safe Halloween, guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.